A newborn enters the world without signs of life, leaving his parents in despair. But when his older brother cradles him in his arms with warmth, a miraculous cry fills the hospital, bringing everyone to their knees in shock. Before we continue this heartwarming story, let us know where you're listening from today. Noah could hardly contain his excitement. At 6 years old, he was finally going to be a big brother. For months, he had dreamed of the moment his little brother would arrive. He imagined showing him his favorite toys, teaching him how to build forts, and sharing secrets that only brothers could understand. One evening, as his mother, Sarah, folded tiny baby clothes, Noah ran up to her with an important question. "Mom, do you think he'll like dinosaurs?" His eyes sparkled with curiosity. Sarah chuckled, placing a gentle hand on her round belly. "I'm sure he'll love everything you show him, Noah. You're going to be the best big brother in the world." A sudden movement beneath her skin made her gasp softly. "Come here, sweetheart. Do you want to feel him kicking?" Noah hurried to her side, pressing his small hands against her belly. At first he felt nothing, but then, there it was, a strong little kick. His face lit up with joy. "He's excited to come out," he laughed. His father, Daniel, rushed into the room, straightening his tie. "I'm late again," he muttered, placing a quick kiss on Sarah's forehead. "I just wanted to say goodbye." "Dad, when is my brother coming?" Noah asked eagerly. Daniel smiled, ruffling Noah's hair. "Soon, champ. Your mom is almost at the end of her pregnancy. Just a few more days." As if on cue, Sarah winced, placing a hand on her stomach. A sharp pain shot through her, but she quickly masked it with a reassuring smile. "Just a strong kick, that's all," she said. Daniel hesitated, worry flickering in his eyes, but Sarah urged him to go. "I'll be fine." Noah, however, felt something deep inside, an uneasiness he couldn't explain. That afternoon, Noah was playing in his room when a loud crash echoed from the kitchen. His heart stopped. "Mom?" he called out, but there was no reply. Racing to the kitchen, he found Sarah collapsed on the floor, her face pale and drenched in sweat. "Mom, what happened?" he cried, kneeling beside her. Sarah's eyelids fluttered open, her voice weak. "I feel dizzy. I lost my balance." She swallowed hard. "Noah, listen to me. Get my phone and call an ambulance." His hands trembled, but he knew he had to be brave. Running to the living room, he found her purse, pulled out the phone, and dialed the emergency number. "My mom is sick. She's pregnant and fell. Please come fast." His voice cracked with fear. The paramedics arrived swiftly. As they lifted Sarah onto a stretcher, Noah held onto her hand tightly. "Mom, you're going to be okay. I promise." The ambulance doors closed, and Noah rode with her, refusing to let go. At the hospital, Noah sat in the waiting room, his legs swinging nervously. When his father arrived, breathless and anxious, Noah ran to him. "Dad! Mom, she's inside. The doctors are helping her." Dr. Miriam soon approached, her expression serious and her voice calm yet firm. "Mr. Daniel, we need to talk. It's urgent." Daniel's stomach twisted, his breath catching in his throat. "What's wrong? Is Sarah okay? Is the baby okay?" Dr. Miriam hesitated for a brief moment, gathering her words carefully. "Sarah has suffered a severe placental abruption. The baby is in distress, and Sarah is losing too much blood. This is a critical situation, and we need to act immediately to prevent further complications." "But she'll be okay, right?" "The baby too? There has to be something you can do to save them both." Dr. Miriam took a deep breath. "We're doing everything in our power, but time is not on our side. We have to make decisions quickly, and I need you to be prepared for what comes next. We can't save both. You have to choose your wife or your child." Daniel felt the air leave his lungs. His hands clenched into fists. "How can I choose between them?" He looked at the doors of the operating room, where the love of his life was fighting for survival. Then he thought of the baby, the child they had dreamed of for so long. Finally, his voice broke as he whispered, "Save Sarah." Hours later, Sarah woke up in a hospital bed, her body weak. Daniel sat beside her, his eyes red from crying. "My love," he began, his voice barely above a whisper. "I had to make a choice. I couldn't lose you." Tears slipped down Sarah's face as reality sank in. "Our baby," she whispered, her voice trembling. Daniel nodded, his throat too tight to speak. He reached for her hand, squeezing it gently, his own tears falling silently onto the hospital bed. Just then, the door creaked open. Noah entered the room, his small hand clutching his Aunt Hannah's tightly. His face brightened when he saw his mother awake. "Mom, you're okay." His eyes glistened with relief, and he rushed to her side. Sarah pulled him into a tight embrace, running her fingers through his hair, feeling the warmth of her child against her. But as Noah pulled back, his innocent eyes locked onto hers with an urgent question. "Where's my little brother? I want to see him." Daniel's breath hitched, his grip on Sarah's hand tightening. He hesitated, his heart pounding. "Noah, your little brother went to heaven." Noah blinked, his lips parting in disbelief. "No, that can't be." He shook his head furiously, stepping back. "I promised to protect him. I told him I would keep him safe." His voice cracked, his small chest rising and falling rapidly as his emotions overwhelmed him. Sarah reached for him, but he took another step back. "He can't be gone. He was supposed to be here," he cried, his voice raw with heartbreak. Tears spilled down his cheeks as he clenched his little fists, refusing to accept the truth. Hannah, his aunt, knelt beside him, her own tears falling as she tried to hold him, but Noah pulled away. "He needs me. I have to help him." His sobs echoed through the quiet room, shaking everyone to their core. Sarah and Daniel exchanged a look, their sorrow deepening as they watched their son struggle with a grief far too heavy for his young heart to bear. Dr. Miriam returned, her face solemn. "If you'd like, you can say goodbye." Despite protests, Noah insisted. "I have to see him. Please, I need to say goodbye." When the doctor brought the tiny baby, wrapped in a white blanket, Sarah broke down in tears, her whole body trembling as she reached for him. Noah stood beside her, his heart pounding in his chest. He reached out cautiously. "Mom, can I hold him?" Sarah hesitated, looking at Daniel, then at the doctor. Dr. Miriam gave a small nod, and Sarah gently placed the baby in Noah's arms. Noah cradled him gently, his tiny fingers tracing the baby's cold cheeks. "I told you I'd protect you," he whispered, his voice breaking. Tears slipped down his face as he rocked his brother softly, his small arms offering what warmth he could. The room was silent save for the muffled sobs of his parents. Then, suddenly, a soft cry pierced the air. Everyone froze. Noah's eyes widened in shock. Sarah gasped, covering her mouth, and Daniel staggered back, gripping the edge of the bed. Dr. Miriam rushed forward, fumbling for her stethoscope as the baby let out another cry, stronger this time. "He's crying," Daniel stammered, his voice filled with disbelief. "He's crying." Daniel stammered again, disbelief on his face. Dr. Miriam rushed forward, checking the baby with trembling hands. "This is impossible. He had no vital signs. But now he's alive. His heartbeat is steady, and his breathing is strong." She turned to the stunned parents, her voice filled with wonder. "I don't understand how this happened. I've never seen anything like it. He was gone. And now he's here, as if he never left." Tears of disbelief streamed down Sarah's face. Daniel ran a shaky hand through his hair, his knees nearly giving out. Noah, still cradling his brother's tiny fingers, grinned through his tears. "I told you he just needed me. I told you I would save him." Dr. Miriam swallowed hard, looking at the infant, then back at the family. "We'll need to run some tests, but this is nothing short of a miracle." Sarah held her newborn tightly, sobbing with joy. "Elijah, my sweet boy." Noah grinned, hugging his parents. "See? I told you I would save him." Word of the miracle spread, strengthening the faith of everyone who heard it. There was no scientific explanation, only the belief that God had listened to Noah's promise. As Daniel held his son, he whispered, "How did you do it, Noah?" Noah smiled, wiping his tears. "I just kept my promise." And from that moment on, he vowed to always protect his little brother, just as he had promised before Elijah was even born.